Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's class, we will talk about a new operation that is called as searching. As you all are aware that searching is a process in which we try to find out the item. When we talk about the data structures, we have got two methods which are available to us for searching the items. The first method which is available to us, we will call it as linear search, and the other method which is available to us, we will call it as the binary search. In today's class, we will focus only on the linear search. We will discuss the other process which is called as the binary search in one of the other lectures. Now let's start and see that how does linear search work. In this video, first of all, I'll take one example and I will explain that what is the concept of linear search, and then we will discuss the algorithm which is related with linear search. Here you can see that I have taken a data set with the values as 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 0, and 11. These values are given to us in any random manner. They are not in the ascending order. They are not given to us in any descending order. So these are just some random values which are given to us. So let's assume that I am saving all these values in the array which is named as data. Now, whenever we are talking about searching operation, it means we are trying to find out any item. When I am talking about a linear search operation, let's see that how do this work. For that, I am taking one item is equal to 20, which I want to search out in the given data set. Whenever some additional information is not given to us, then we are not left with any option, but we are supposed to compare the item one by one with all the data items which are present in the given data set, and they are as of now saved in the array named as data. So the very first thing that I will take is I will compare this item value with the value which is saved at the location number 1. I will compare item with that of data 0. Data 0 is the index, and data 0 is referencing to value number 4. So first my item will be compared with that of 4. The item is equal to 20. It will be compared with that of 4. Once I compare it, I will get to know that my item is not matching with that of my data item 0. So what I am supposed to do forward, what I am supposed to do next, I am supposed to compare my item with the next element. The next element will be data 1, and I am moving to the data element 1 because I have to increment the value of my pointer to the next variable. So now I will be comparing my item with that of second item, which is 5. Now, when I compare 20 with that of data item 1, which is equivalent to 5, I get to know that these two values are not equal. So it means my search is not completed. Then my loop will proceed forward further, and I will compare the data with that of data 2. Once I compare with this value, which is equivalent to 6, I get to know that again these values are not equal to one another. I am supposed to repeat this entire process till the time I am not able to find out the item is equal to 20 in the given data set. By the time, and now the next question is till when I have to keep on doing it. Now for that, I have to keep on moving till the time I reach at the final data item in my given array. So the final data item, if I assume that it is equal to n, if the total number of elements in the given data set is n, so till the time I do not reach at location number n, I need to keep on repeating the process of comparing two values with one another. Till the time I am not able to find it and I am not there at the last location, I have to repeat it. If by the time I reach at nth position in the given array and I am still not able to find out the item is equal to 20, it means that data item is not present in the given data set. So there are two ways with which we proceed with this strategy. This strategy which I have just mentioned is when you are comparing the values one by one. Now there is another strategy which is followed. In this case, what do we do in that case? The first thing which we will do here is we will insert the item which we are trying to find out at the location number n plus 1. N plus 1 is the location where we have inserted the item which we are trying to find out. So that is another strategy which is followed in many cases. So I have inserted the element number 20 at n plus first place. Now, how do I proceed further? I will repeat the same processes again. In this process, let's go and discuss the algorithm of this again. The first thing you can see here is you will set the data n plus 1 is equal to item. So when I talk about setting the data n plus 1 equal to item, that means that as of now I am setting the value, I am saving the value at last index equal to the item which I was trying to find out. So I will set it out as 20. Then the next step says that set the location equal to 1. We are as of now assuming that maybe the data is present at location number 1. So first of all, you have initialized the location to 1. So location will be set to 1. The next step says that repeat while data location is not equal to item. So you need to keep on repeating the process of comparing the item with that of data items. You have to compare the item with data elements till the time you do not find out that particular item which we were looking forward. Next we have, then you will set location is equal to location plus 1. Now why are we doing is set location is equal to location plus 1? Because once we compared it with the first element and we got to know that the item is not equal to the first element in the given array, then we need to increment the location and go to the next element, which is 5 here, and that is only possible if I am setting location is equal to location plus 1. That will make the value of location as of now equal to 2. So once I do it, now in this case there are two things that you can follow. Either you can set the location is equal to 0 when you are assuming that the array index is starting from 0. But if you're assuming that array index is starting from 1, in that case, you can set location is equal to 1. Next we have, when we keep on doing this process one by one and we got to know that we are still not able to find out the item that we were looking forward. Now, while doing that, if there comes a case when you find out location is equal to n plus 1, it means we are able to find out the item, but that item is present at location n plus 1. Now, what is this n plus location? N plus 1 is the location at the last of the array. So if somehow I reach at the end of my array and I get to know that the place where my item is found is the n plus first location, it means the item was initially not there in the given array, but it was inserted by the programmer by herself or himself. So it means you have to set the location is equal to 0 plus, you have to set the location equal to 0, and along with that you can put up the comments that the item is not found. Else, if you are able to find out the location, let's assume a case that you are trying to find out item is equal to 6. If item was not equal to 20 but item was equal to 6, in that case you will set your location is equal to 2. If you were trying to find out item is equal to 6. In that case, you will set the location is equal to 2. And in that case, you can print item is found at so and so location. So and so location means, as if now in this case, the location will be equal to 2 if we were trying to figure out the place where 6 is set. So this is how your linear search will be required. So suppose I have 5 and I was trying to find out item is equal to 1. So in all the cases, whenever I am trying to find out the item which lies at the very first index of your array, in that case, we will say that is the best case complexity. And the best case complexity of the linear search algorithm is of the order of 1. Why it is called as of the order of 1? Because we were able to find out the item after we were done with the first iteration of the program. The worst case complexity may be there when I am trying to, let's assume that I am trying to find some item is equal to 6. That's a one case. So whenever I'm trying to find out the item is equal to 6, you can very well see that item number 6 is not present in the given data set. But your compiler by default will not get to see the way we humans can see. So it will compare it with each and every item present in your data set. So the worst case will be when the item is not present. Whenever the item is not found in the given data set, then we will say that it is a worst case complexity for linear search. Or the second case is item is present but at the last location. So both these cases is called as worst case complexity. So whenever we talk about the worst case complexity, it means you will be able to find out the item at the last location. And how many iterations will be required for that? For that, we will require n iterations to reach at the last place of your array. So that is why the worst case complexity for the linear search algorithm is of the order of n. Similarly, if you talk about the average case complexity of the linear search algorithm, average means that you are able to find out the item, but it is somewhere in between at the middle of your given data. So let's assume that I am trying to find out item is equal to 3. So in that case, it is of the order of n by 2, which is approximately. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a nice day.